Alright, here's my Ernie Ball BFR Stingray base. This thing has been gigged pretty heavily for the past like 4 years. Try to take care of our stuff. There's a little bit of evidence. This guitar, I may have gotten one of the prototype formula treatments, but today we're gonna do our current Rockit rub treatment here. So, because I'm gonna consider this a first time because it didn't really get the updated formulas. I don't know when last time I cleaned this one. So we're gonna start with the step one. Give it a nice healthy little run here on this side. Oh, let me use my other rag. And just get it in and rub it in, as you say. So this is just the cleaner part again, not the shining part. As you can tell, if the guitar's already been treated, it is looking like it's just cleaning it up. Just making sure I got the right one. I have to look at the label. We haven't finalized the whole process yet. We're still in development. So, but I think I've gotten down right where I want to be with the formula. All right, here's the step one, cleaning it up. Again, this guitar has been gigged a lot, so you can see a little bit of rust in some spots, but I play guitar when I gig. I don't play bass, but I always let the bass players use my bass if they want to use it. Which, who doesn't want to use a Stingray bass like this if you got a Squire? Which was the case. My bass player loved this bass, and I love to hear it, so makes the whole band sound better. So here we go. I just did the face and I get the back of the guitar now. I have this bass in a bongo bass. Me personally, not being a bass player, I love this bass the most. My bass player loves the bongo. That's what he bought. He ended up buying a bongo eventually. I just love the big sound of the Stingray, especially this Stingray. So this is the cleaner. We're getting the cleaning done. Looks like it needed it pretty good, as you can tell. Even though this was clean with probably one of the first formulas that we had, the formulas we've been developing have been way better performing. And having all the guitars I have, I'm pretty much able to test every kind of finish that there is. Mostly satin finishes, which we just did an acoustic bass with the satin, but I also have my Gibson Modern Light. They just released that long ago, and I got mine and cleaned that up. So this was just a cleaning stage. Looks like it needed it because there's some gunk there left over from who knows what. And now we're starting in step two with the Rockit rub. Wanted to call it Rockit rub so people know that it's not just to wipe dry, even though in most cases you can just wipe it dry. But I want everyone to know that you get the best shine by doing this continuous little rub here. And you can feel that the finish gets smooth when you use a shine. And that's when you know that, hey, you've gotten what you got. Now, different finishes, they have different varyingness of smoothness, but you'll learn your guitar and you'll learn what, how it feels when it's clean. Or you could just use your eyes. I use both. Sometimes if you feel that they kick in and you're like, wow, we got that much shinier. Sometimes your eyes say, okay, that's good, and it's actually gonna get better. So got a little bit on the pickups there, so just wiping that off while I'm there. Front faces are the most difficult things to get to sometimes. Get all the areas. Using the right guitar rag really matters. So using a rag that is designed for guitar polishing makes a big difference. You can use microfiber, but I find that a lot harder to use sometimes. If I use a microfiber cloth, it's not to apply anything, it's to buff out, dry. So, you know, we've got this here. Just going into the strings real quick. We're gonna start the back of the guitar. Okay. Let's give it a good hit here. You can see I got I like these spray nozzles because we're still working on getting all the spray nozzles sorted out, but I like how evenly that's spreaded as quickly. You know, quickly you could spread it across the whole guitar body with an even spray, and I feel like being quick about it is important, because I'd come home from a gig and I'd have like 5 guitars to clean, you know, because the guitar player will use some of my guitars and the bass player will use my bass. So I'm ready to go to bed. It's 3 a.m, so I want to have one big spray, and then look at that, I can have this shine, have it clean, put up my wall. You know, even though this guitar's been heavily gigged, it's maintained pretty good shape, because every night after the gig I'd come and clean it. You know, we took this thing to the beach, played at the beach show, and beach shows, you know, out there. I live in Corpus Christi, which is right by the water, the saltwater bay, and you know, we play a lot of shows that are really right there on the water line. So there we go, and I'm gonna spray the neck. I hadn't sprayed this. It's satin. Same way as gloss. You treat it just like a gloss. I'm gonna get number 1 again, and I'm gonna spray this with number 1 to clean it. Let's get this cleaned up. There it goes. Now it's clean. Feels good to the touch. It's not gonna glossify anything. It still feels like the way you would want it to feel. Good satin neck feel. Now we're gonna get the number 2. And to make it really nice and smooth, because it'll be free of grime and free of, you know, dirt or whatever. There we go. Now the neck is nice and feels perfect now, just like it did when it was new, maybe better. But yeah, it really brings out the flame in the neck too. It's a nice little side effect, but there she is.